Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about horror, glamour, and everything in between. My name is Benji, and bitch, what rehearsal?
My name is Mac, and I am one of two dumb bitches that will always say exactly.
My name is Mikey, and we are The Click.
My name is Morgan, and I'm having trouble reading the teleprompter.
All right, and tonight we will be
Magnificent.
delving.
Can you say charismatic?
Bye.
Magnetic?
Oh, bye. Magneta. I love that turquoise embellishment.
Okay.
But today we will be reviewing season 6, episode 4 of Dragula. All right, and you know what to do. Like the video, comment, subscribe, give us the tea in the conversation. We are thirsty for it. All right, we're just gonna dive right on into it. So it seems like we have a consistent set now for all of the intros. They're back at the mansion. Ran over a dead bitch in the first episode, left that. Um, they're talking about going on a voyage and choo choo and all that good shit. So it alludes to what we're going into. Oh, and quite literally, I thought about it before the not the main credits, but turn out at the end. Before the main like theme song plays, we never got anything out of that trailer fight with Desiree and Majesty at all at the beginning of this episode.
Well,
Literally
Hmm.
nothing.
well, heard some tea that they had to cut that.
Oh,
So,
we're gonna
so
trust me. I put notes in there specifically for that. So we will get into that. But quite literally we're just gonna cut the shit. Yuri returns.
Thank fuck. Thank God.
Like, duh.
Like
Like
literally.
duh.
Team Yuri, Avi.
Well,
Um and then automatically we get into some talks of the talks, and Auntie starts reading the fuck out of Majesty in regards to traits of narcissism. In reference to the conversation that in referencing the conversation back to her after Yuri is speaking on her extermination experience. How do we feel about this moment? Like what was it giving?
I mean, did she need to call it out like that in front of everybody? I don't know. But was she right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
listen, as the self-proclaimed narcissist of the group here, I just felt like that was uncalled for. Like, you don't have to call a bitch out like that. Most narcissists know. So, you don't need to be doing all of that.
And that's what I mean. Like I like if she genuinely like felt this way, but also like wanted to respect this person that also is a competitor, she could have done it in private. She could have been like, "Hey, girl, just so you know, this is what I'm seeing. This is how I'm feeling, and I want you to know that." But like, she was Miss Auntie said, "I've been burned by narcissists before, and now it's your problem."
Yeah.
Literally. I think it could have been handled in a one-on-one setting because especially if that is what she's exhibiting and she's not understanding that putting her on display in front of a group of people is not going to help.
Right.
She's going to
And
act
also,
up.
like, the way the rest of the episode goes with Majesty, it's kind of like paints Auntie in this really negative light. Like, damn,
Yeah.
he didn't have to go in that hard.
I kind of live for it. Like her calling her out in front of everyone. Like, why not? Like I think it's fun.
But I think that more than anything is kind of what sent Majesty into the fucking spiral that they seemed to be on this episode.
I
Yeah.
agree. It also didn't help. Um, I mean, I'm sure, yes, I understand where Auntie's experience is, but in helping someone, I don't know. I feel like maybe some of those old feelings did get kind of swept up and then added into it unintentionally.
Uh-huh.
Um, I also quoted Majesty, and the reason I quoted this is because it low-key irked my soul just a little bit because she said, "I'm sorry you feel that way,"
Hmm.
and how it was intended to probably to how it was said versus probably how it was intended to not fare too well, just because I've heard that before and it like, oh my God, it gives me PTSD. Um,
The one thing I did live for is when the girls were clocking Auntie for having a tattoo of herself on her chest.
I
Yep.
And being
Yep.
like, oh, you want to talk about narcissism, right?
Oh, Majesty's confessional talking
That
about
was
that, and
so
then being like,
funny.
"Bitch,
It's like
I have
I
share
have
on my
hair on my chest.
chest."
I no, I literally did that and I
and she
like
also said it was her merch.
Right.
yes, yes, no, literally. I literally like after Jane.
Oh, not
Oh my
projecting.
God,
Keep
I'm
Wait,
so
keep going.
sorry,
She
who's
caught
that?
she
Majesty.
caught herself.
I don't
She
know who
caught
that
herself.
is.
So sorry. When Majesty
Oh,
said,
Is
like,
she on the
I
milk
just have
carton?
share on my chest. I'm like, and I just have a heart on mine because I do. And then
Slay.
my partner was just like, I don't have a chest tattoo. Like, slay. Love that. Let's just keep it going.
The one thing I will agree with that Majesty did say is that it doesn't all get fixed in one day. Like if this is something they're actively working on and they've just exhibited really recent traumas, you're not going to get that full you're not going to get that full development in one day, mama, especially during a competition setting. If you really
Yeah,
want them to go work on this, sure, give them the comments and then allow them to work on it as they need. If they don't, then that's on them. But until then, you're not really going to know in the quick span of time. Like, I know this is a really weird example, but this is like when, and I'm going to reference reality TV, this is like on Top Model, where they give comments of like, you need to lose weight, or you are this. And then next week, and they get a different guest judge, and then they expect them to fix it within that week, or they like continuously comment about it. Like, it's probably been like 4 days, girl. Like, give us some time to marinate.
yeah.
And I'm sure
Sorry,
Auntie
lose 20
is.
pounds in 4 days.
Literally. And I'm
Backbone.
sure Auntie will give her that space to do so, but I do resonate with the fact that, like it'll take some time to build that part of the healing journey for Majesty.
Mhm.
All right, so the challenge is issued, and we get the ghost train. Honestly, the themes have been eating this season, like down. There's not been one that I have not liked.
I
And
so
suddenly we screech to a halt.
so this one I like I'm not sure about because I think on paper it sounds cool and I'm like here for it, but I don't know. I think especially with how some of the looks end up turning out, it feels a little too vague
Mm,
and then like and then it's hard for like judging to happen as well because
mhm.
so many people like miss the mark and like I said this before we started filming but like I think about like the previous like ghost uh things that we've had like ghost ship glamour,
Mhm.
the haunted hotel,
The Ghost
um
Town in
the
season
ghost
two,
town from season 2, right?
which had some
those
pretty
those all
epic looks.
those all
Loved that one.
pretty defined aesthetics that like people could lean on and I feel like a train setting maybe doesn't have that as much. I don't know. I feel like there still could have been more, and I do think some people just kind of missed the assignment.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. This is I think my least favorite of the ghost themes that we've had.
Mm.
I also want to know, like, were they already writing a song called Ghost Train and that's why this happened? Or like did they write Ghost Train for this specifically? Because they were acting
Honestly,
like
that's a
it's our
good
newest single.
question because they used to do that.
Like,
Like quite
Late
literally,
game.
they used to for like Ascension was specifically made for the Titans finale,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
just like there are instances like that, but this one's kind of up in the air. I mean, it could be
Mhm.
a possibility because they have been promoting their EP consistently, not every week, but consistently. So
Mhm.
that could be a it could either be a full out coincidence or it's like, no, we wanted you to perform to this girl.
And
Can I
and
say something?
yes, yes, sister, speak your truth.
I felt like this episode got very close to like the drag race, the format, which was, I don't know, it like was a little strange for me, like them talking about the new single we're dropping, and then the whole thing is like a lip sync challenge. And I was like, this was like I like it. Obviously, I love Drag Race, but it just didn't feel as Dragula
It
to me.
it definitely feels a little more formatted.
Hmm.
I've been noticing that specifically with how they've been editing even like the breaks. There never
Hmm.
used to be
Mm.
like a full blackout to go into the next scene. It's always been kind of very consistently put together. It's still chocked full of a lot of entertainment, always has. But like there are those like weird editing breaks that you're kind of like, I wonder why they did this. Like even if it was for like AMC Plus or if it was airing live, I could get that type of editing. But we're on a streaming platform where we're normally just used to it going boom, boom, like on a
And
consistent basis.
like, I think one thing that really made me feel like that, Morgan, was the whole Tammy thing, like the
Yeah,
about the dating
Yeah.
app. Like
yeah,
we really have, like we have like product placement on this scale on Dragula now. Damn, like good
Mm-hmm.
for them. I'm happy for them, and like I think it's good that queer artists have such a big platform. But I don't know, the commodification of it all makes me a little
yeah.
sad.
I personally don't mind it because it means that the tall one and the pretty one get to keep their lights on. Um,
Still,
They do be forking over
like
their own $100,000 again.
mhm.
exact
Damn.
exactly.
Crucial.
Um, but
Where's the other
but
one?
it's just me. There's no other dumb bitch. Not
Um,
you.
what I will say, it rings very true that everything that they do get, they put back into the budget because the budget is budgeting.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like
Yeah, for sure.
she is
I
on
do
time,
love
she's
I do love that we
obsessive.
got an on location challenge again.
Yes.
Literally,
Like I
Hmm.
feel like those have been missing from the recent seasons, and so whenever we get them, I'm like, yes, yes. That was what I loved about old Dragula, especially like season two. The
mm-hmm,
on
Yeah.
location challenges in
were
season
so
two went
good.
crazy.
I think there was quite a few because there was Wasteland Weekend, there was
There was
Ghost Town,
there was
there
this. There was
was
the like
the Scream Queen
Like cabin in
challenge
the
in the
woods. Yeah.
woods.
Yeah.
woods. Um,
I think that was it though.
no, I feel like there was another one.
Wasteland Weekend was a two-parter though.
I'm thinking of the D&D challenge from season three.
Oh, real.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
thankfully it hasn't been too long for them to have to like correct or like listen to us in regard to that because the last time we did get a live challenge was for the D&D for Titans.
Mhm.
It wasn't too terribly long.
I
Uh,
just I hope this means we'll have a couple of more of them too.
I hope so because I mean a set can really just bring a whole level of new quite literally for the resurrection challenges, even though it's just in their hometowns, those settings made a world of a difference.
Mm.
Um, so
Definitely.
so not only do they have to create and embody original character or phantasmal passenger who is doomed to ride the ghost train forever, but they also must perform to the Boulets hit the ghost train. Uh, and there's no Fright Feet, so unfortunately we do not get our extra sister, Miss Cynthia Duval. We miss her.
So,
Cynthia, if you watch this at some point, we miss you. Love you.
love you, sister.
She had to have a cool down episode. Her edit was very much CP before this, and They had to cool her down.
Yeah,
The
they
Eject.
pull her a bit, but it's okay. She'll be back.
The Eject on the
Exactly.
guest judge is crazy.
She's not even a
I can
guest
see I
judge.
can see these things.
It's like I have a fifth sense. Um, so although there is no fright feat, they are rewarded with custom jewels from Fierce Drag Jewels for the runway.
Gag.
And what
Yeah,
if I
Very
wanted to
so
steal all
random.
of them?
I'm
And like
sure
what
there
if
would have
I
been a
came
fight.
with jewels? Like, did we not come with our own accessories?
I mean, I'm
That's
sure
Random.
they
true.
did,
And
but
like,
are you gonna turn down free jewelry, mama?
Did they have to include them?
no,
No,
So they just like got them.
they just
Yeah,
yeah,
they
literally.
yeah,
yeah.
they were just like, here, have some jewels.
They're just like, you did nothing, you win. Like,
Honestly,
I
real.
would
And
want
I
to do
love
that.
that. We
I
I'm
love
love
at,
a
how the
participation
prize at the
trophy.
end too was like, here's more.
Not a participation trophy. They've been
well,
working their ass off.
I think, and we'll touch on it, but I think the person who would appreciate them the most ended up getting them.
Real.
Real. Um, and the performances had to be in groups of three. Um, so bitches were very indecisive on who they wanted in their group, and quite literally, as drag performers do, they fought over the earrings, mama. It was so care. It was
Like
so
that.
good. It was a small one. It wasn't like someone was like, oh God. I don't know if y'all have seen this video either on Instagram or when it used to be Vine, but this one girl was crying over the fact that someone hit her with a doll and they transition over to the older woman that got the doll and she's like, I got the doll. I got the doll. Like,
Work.
like it was 1992 Black Friday was vile.
I see my favorite colors are red and black. So if there was like one that kind of had a bit of both, I'm like, that's gonna be my pair.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones, like, go for it.
Real.
That's what I want.
Um, mhm.
I was just gonna say, I think that like the next bit that happens after the earrings is like my favorite part of the episode when they're fighting over whose teams to be on.
Oh, I have a very interesting note on that. So no one essentially wants to be paired up with Majesty, but Majesty in true drag delusion thinks everyone wants to be with them.
He said, I think everybody wants to be on my team. And I'm like, oh, it's just
Either that was a very clever like soundbite or it was fully met, and I was like, oh,
Um,
I think she was genuine, Mama. I think she
it,
meant it.
it was very silicoted for me,
Bye.
that soundbite,
bye.
to be honest.
Majesty, sweetie, I am so sorry.
Uh,
If I had a nickel for every time a artist was delusional in the confessional chair, I would have two.
Yeah.
but the teams were team one was Asia Consent, Aurora Gosmic, and Vivi the Force. Team two was Anti-Heroine, Jaharia, and Pi 3.14. And the last team was Gray Matter, Majesty, and Yuri.
Hmm.
I will say, Majesty did give Yuri some great points in regard to performance. Um, One thing I do appreciate about Majesty is their craftsmanship when it comes to the performance, because you can tell when they hit the stage that like it fully envelops them.
Mm-hmm.
So to see her to be like, sister, I know we're competing, but get your ass over here.
Well, I mean, they're in a team, so like, if we're in a team, I'm not gonna let you make me look bad. Sorry.
Exactly.
True. I also choose to think of it like, yes, even like that, but she or they chose to do that with that in mind, but also in the same respect of like, I don't care. I know what I'm doing. I don't think she's gonna show me up,
Mm,
but I want to make sure she's top tier because if something is going to happen, we are going to look good doing it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Yuri randomly starts a choo-choo train, which I thought was a fun, cute little gag.
She
It's
said,
very
let's have some fun.
it's very clear that after Yuri jumps out of the plane, that there's a
Not felt.
new energy to Yuri that I
Hmm.
really enjoy seeing, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
Real.
definitely was like a full 180. Like, oh, okay, I'm actually here now. And I'm ready to
Yeah.
participate and compete. So,
Real. Um, let's see. Yes, so it's like they're getting ready to go to the train at the night shoot. Um, and Asia asks Auntie and Majesty if they were able to reconcile the differences. TLDR, no,
well, no,
no,
um,
no.
No.
And I mean, granted, it's probably been like what, all of a couple of days, maybe. Like
maybe.
maybe I don't know. I don't know what the filming schedule is actually like. Like
Hmm.
if they go in actual full weeks, um, or if they literally be like, oh, Drag Race every 3 to 4 days is a
I would
week.
assume it's like every 2 to 3 days is an episode, personally.
But yeah, okay. So now we're hitting the floor show, but before we get to the girls and the ghouls and the performances, the ballets look disgustingly glamorous. Like
Hmm.
they look. I'm concerned on people's faces because I'm not sure if they agree or if they're just.
I, to me, like, I feel like their classic silhouette, not really silhouette, but their stamp is like red and black latex. Like, I feel
Hmm.
like
Kind of
that's like their thing.
Hmm.
very that.
So I wasn't blown away. And there's been times where they've won a couple things, and I'm like, oh, maybe not that. I think maybe during the haunted, like last season, the haunted
Oh, the haunted
hotel thing,
hotel.
and they had that weird green thing. Like,
They didn't like that headpiece, though.
no,
I'm
they
gonna need y'all
didn't.
to
They
step
sure
back
didn't.
again. I'm gonna be the defender of that look.
No, they
You
said
didn't
they
like
didn't like
that.
it.
You didn't like that. And if you did, I'm gonna gaslight you right now and tell you that you didn't.
I was like, no, I don't remember if I did. Oh God.
Deadass, let me go. Let me cut the camera real quick. Let me go find it. I'll go find it later. But Jesus, like
This look was giving this is a deep cut. This is a Catalina wine mixer in the Dracula versus Dracula face off.
Oh,
I
that's so
can't.
real.
Oh,
Oh my God.
that's crazy, actually.
When I saw the look come out, I was like, not they copied my look.
Benji,
Yeah.
you need to find the picture of Miss Catalina and put her up in here so the girls know what we're talking
The
about.
Oh,
server still
I'm
exists.
still
I
in the
went and looked at it the other
server.
day. Yes.
We went and looked through that the other day.
Yeah. We took a stroll down memory lane.
Jeez.
Okay, stroll.
The way I want season 2 to happen, because I very much was like, I want to compete, I'll do it,
Well,
and then it never happened.
that was season 2, Mom.
Yeah.
Season 3, mother, sorry.
And girl,
I
I don't
literally
know
was.
Morgan
if
like
production's ready.
Morgan like sits in season 2 winner.
Yeah. My
She's coming
rank
from
has
my
been
gig.
insane. I've been living the high life.
Um,
It's been we me and Morgan are participating in this AI drag race right now, and it's giving the same sort of vibes as like how
oh
I was feeling
God,
that.
what week was that?
Hmm. And I still think I slayed you a bit. So I'm just gonna
That's not what the judges thought.
that
So,
onion hair, mama, please.
girl,
The dumplings.
hmm
Right, right.
I will say that's my favorite like headpiece in IMVU, period.
That there's a reason that both winners use that in their coronation.
Um,
Oh.
let's see. Oh yes,
Anyway, back to what we were actually talking about.
the guest judges were season 3 winner Landon Sider
king.
and
King.
Justin Simeon.
Pop off, King.
That man, it was it just me or was he giving like horny for literally every person on that stage?
I wasn't paying attention that deep.
Girl,
So
said I wasn't listening to
No,
him.
I noticed that he would make a few comments.
Well,
So Mikey's theory could be correct. Also, I don't know what that man has done, but
I don't know who that is.
slay. Love
Shout out to
that.
that man.
Sorry to this man.
Sorry to this man.
But you know what? He's on Dragula and I'm not. So
Exactly.
You are not Matthew Lillard with jeans and sneakers on Dragula main stage.
and you know what? He ate that.
And
He
eight.
did. Serving
Oh,
can.
he directed the new Haunted Mansion movie.
Work.
And is also
Is
the
he Haunted
creator.
Mansion?
Yeah,
Work.
like the 2023 version of the Haunted Mansion. I went and saw it. It was pretty wholesome. It was pretty cute. Um, Also
Yeah.
responsible for and is the writer and creator of Dear White People,
Oh, okay. Now
Oh,
now we're here.
work.
Now
Okay,
I'm back and I'm invested.
work.
Bad Hair.
Okay.
So yeah, there are quite a few credits on this man's list.
Work.
And suddenly I'm a fan. Okay. I was lying earlier.
But let's see. Oh, production note before we even get into the looks. I very much disliked that there was like more shadow than there was the
Yes.
actual look.
Yeah. They were very hard to see these floor show
And
looks.
kind of this might go against what I said before, but like I think that is a product of being on location.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
Um, like especially when you're trying to film at night and like when it's dark and spooky and so like yeah, I think there are reasons to have set lighting sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Because some of the looks, I'm sorry, my
oh no,
bad.
you're good.
I
No,
just
you
wanted
are
to say
totally
like,
good.
um, sometimes I would only really see the full look when they're on the main stage and the boules are
Yeah.
like blah 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 blah, you know.
All right. Speaking of looks, we're gonna get into them.
Ooh.
Woo!
Ta-da! Visuals.
Woo!
All right. First to the train runway stage. We have anti-heroine.
Okay.
I like this look. I
I
like this look.
I like it.
It was fine.
Where
Like,
where's the train connection for me? She's a detective. Like
For
Mama,
me, it gives like
murder
Sherlock
mystery.
Holmes, like Murder on the
okay,
Orient
like
Express.
okay,
Yeah,
work. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, some
I'm in.
people are
I'm in.
cultured.
literally. Like,
Exactly.
this was the only thing when they said Ghost Train, I was like, okay, so like it's probably going to be like characters that are on the train for some reason. And immediately I
Yeah,
thought murder mystery detective.
exactly.
So
And then, like we see multiple of the same concept. Some just
yeah,
do much better than others.
yeah, Mikey.
Anyway, I still like it. It's still good. It's I think the fabric choice, like
So you
it,
hate it?
it's a
Okay.
little frumpy and it needed to be steamed, I think.
You're a little frumpy. I'm kidding.
But like the outfit itself, I like it.
I really like this overall. I don't think it's too frumpy, to be fair. I mean, could it go with a little steaming? I guess, but I get once you've also been moving for, I don't know when they decide to take these pictures, but that also could be a qualifying thought, um, food for thought for that. But like, she quite literally looks like the ghost of Nancy Drew coming to haunt and clock the spook out of all these bitches.
What I do fucking live for, though, is the hat on top of the wig.
I didn't notice that when I was writing my comments, and I look up and I was like, "Oh, like that's actually really cute. It's on top of the yarmulke."
Yeah,
Those Listen, she coined Yamaka. If that's not on a t-shirt by the end of the season, but
For me. Oh,
sorry, girl.
my bad.
I enjoy where the patterns are placed, like the overall with the like the puffiness of the sleeve, and I didn't notice the black too much clearly because they were in the dark, but I like where the patterns are placed overall. She used the jewels really well. And her performance was camp. It was really, really camp, like something we have expected to see from Auntie, and I'm happy to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I especially after the past couple of performance challenges, I didn't expect anything less from Auntie.
No,
Hmm.
exactly. And seeing her have that kind of like kooky, spooky fun made me want to have fun with her.
For me, this is a woo.
This is a woo.
I like this overall. I kind of like that it looks a little frumpy, and I don't want it to be ironed because like she's dead, you know. Ghosts
Real.
don't use irons to steam them or like a steamer.
Oh, but they use
So
magnifying glasses.
Can
Got
do.
yeah,
And smoke
and a
tobacco.
and a little pipe. Yeah, I
Can
see ghosts do
do.
that all the time. But this for me is a woo.
This is like for me, para mí, this is a very like soft woo. Like I obviously the concept is like the first thing I would think of. So then I'm like, oh, it's like kind of given. And then the actual look itself is kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like the best look from Auntie. Like everything else has had such clear, like precise details and like the finish of the garments prior have been so meticulous. And this one I'm like, it's not. It's still good, obviously, but it's like it wasn't like this anti stamp.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's I still gave it a woo.
Real. All right, next to the train runway stars. As we look at our final moments of Auntie, we have Miss Asia Consent.
Asia. What is
Remind me the
this?
description of this. Like, what
It was
was
supposed to
the?
give like coal miner, like
No, the coal shoveler who's
oh, the
like
coal shoveler. Yeah,
adding
sorry.
the fuel to the fire of the train. And like
I get it, I guess,
I get the
but
concept, but it does not read in this outfit at all.
Not at all. This is
you
It
giving
need
me
the
like
accessories to figure that out. And well, not accessories, the props. But even then, like,
even then I don't. I'm thinking it's giving like ice crystal or like diamond
Yeah,
miner. Like,
why did she go with blue fire? I think that was such a strange choice.
I
or
literally
just
saw
the
this
color blue.
and was like, oh, so this is like the Night King from Game of Thrones' like
Literally
wife that he did like back shots on her or something. I was like, what is this? I had no
back
idea.
shot.
Back rolls. I'm like, I
Oh,
didn't know like what this was giving
this
at
is a
all.
family
And I'm like,
podcast.
That's why,
family.
as I mark, no, this is not for kids on all of our videos.
In the club, we are fam.
Fam, bye.
On the podcast, Boo You Whore. This is family friendly, everyone.
Keep it PG.
For Asia's look, this was not my favorite. This was better for me in drawing in concept than when I saw it in real life. Like the
Hmm.
top half, great start, but the fact that the bottoms are what like stirrup looking. I'm not exactly sure what to call them. I do agree with Mikey that the blue flames, although I think if she was going with that particular makeup, if that's something she's practiced before already, then it makes sense to try and bring that into the look. But quite literally, I know we're like it doesn't suit the look and it looks baggy, it doesn't look the greatest on her. But I don't know what else she could have done to literally be like, here's blue fire, bitch.
Hmm.
So
Choose blue
that
fire. Don't choose blue fire.
I kind of wish it wasn't blue.
Yeah.
I agree. I think, the fiery colors would have made her stand out. She could have done something with her floor show that could have been magnanimous.
Hmm.
Um, like I get it with like the props and like some of the pieces overall. I understand that, part of Asia's brand is to sell that like sex.
Hmm.
I would have loved if it was a complete outfit
Yeah.
and then like a modest type of sexy because she has that type of confidence and appeal to pull that up off where she's alluring. And although I respect her for the choice that she decided to make, it's just not my favorite choice that she has made.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, like I don't know. I just I Asia Consent has really, really great concepts and is an amazing performer and can like pull it off so well. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, no one's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
I think there's a reason she was safe
Yes, I
because
agree. And I agree on mostly agree on that decision.
I think like this this could, if the runway were weighted more, this could have been enough to put Asia in the bottom. But there was a really important performance aspect, and Asia always performs down.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I just have to speak my truth. You know me. Gotta say something. Why does the makeup give Yuri?
Ooh,
No, I was kind of thinking that.
just a little
Like,
bit.
if you hadn't said who this was, I would be like, oh, this is Yuri.
I think it's that cut crease because of what we
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
saw Yuri in that promo look. That cut crease was stamped.
Yeah.
that's like, in my opinion, what Yuri is known for. That and the lips, I feel like his signature Yuri.
Hmm.
She knows
Boo.
how she
I was
knows
about
how
to
to beat a mug.
say, I think this is the first one I'm giving to Miss Asia Consent,
Hopefully the only one.
but it's a boo. I'm sorry, sister.
Well, I say boo, and I'm not sorry.
I feel like Icarus having to say this because my wings are clipped. Boo. Just
She she
cause
she flew too close to the steam engine, babes, the coal engine.
I
Exactly.
I think had she found some like way to improve the blue flame, I think it would have been a complete 180.
I don't know, but like, and I would need the top part to be more clear that it's supposed to be this like collared shirt because that doesn't read
Hmm.
like the
Fair.
I didn't even see that at first.
right. Like
I
it's
zoomed
supposed
in
to
and
be
I
like
saw it.
it's supposed to be like a white collar shirt that like this coal shoveler would be wearing.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I'm not.
I
It's a
I
boo.
think I think we can all agree that we are gonna give like when a ghost looks in the mirror, boo.
Boo.
It just serves boo.
Um. Oh, where is it? Over here.
Just say the stupidest fucking jokes
Like,
ever.
what do you mean? Like, what does that even
Like
mean?
when a ghost like
Do you
looks in
like
the
when you
mirror,
get into
like
the mirror, do you say something every time to yourself? Like,
yeah, I mean ghosts say boo and they see people and they see each other. They see itself.
They said the ghost read from the beyond. Up next to the train stage.
Train wreck. Oh,
Trey, well, is if this would actually play. Hello, we're giving Asia her last moments. Next to the train runway stage is Gray Matter.
oh,
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Um, as far as what they were trying to deliver, it doesn't miss any marks for what they wanted. but it was not strong compared to some of these other looks. I will say this is the most like humanoid we've seen out of Gray when it comes to their creatures. Again, their performance floor show wise was great, but I think costuming could have been taken like there could have been another level to this somehow. Like I definitely get great if I was like visiting Haunt, but if we're talking about a drag competition, um, I definitely think that, especially for being a ghost, it's a little too like some of the elements could have been dirtied up a little bit. Not even them changing what they have, but making do with what they have and really like. If you're a ghost, we could have done with like some rustifying of certain things instead of things being like really shiny and clean because if you've been dead
Hmm.
a while as well, it could help sell the story. Because I think the right elements with what they wanted to bring are there. I just think that it could have gone with like a little like let's go de-stress this bitch and then come out to the
Hmm.
stage.
Yeah, this look is like a little more on the basic side. I do like the makeup around the mouth. It kind of gives me like Walker from Walking Dead.
Real.
Um, that's what I was getting. I don't know. It just like when I think gray matter based on what we've seen, I'm thinking like androgynous like creature. And this is giving like what I look like when I work a day on the orchard without the guns.
Yeah.
But
With the gun.
Yeah.
with the guns, yeah, I have to shoot the branches off actually.
No, she's
Literally.
got to keep herself safe from the dingo.
Bye.
They're okay. Drink your maple syrup. American.
Girl, that's Canadian.
Right.
Honey,
Exactly.
honey,
I
sweetie.
don't say shit that's Australian to me.
Ah!
There's no dingoes in New Zealand, mama.
Nah,
Mama, they're on an island. Well, so is Australia.
Exactly. Dua Lipa said that one time. I'm on an island.
Come
So
on,
did
Dula.
Miley.
Come on, Dula Peep.
I love Dua
Um,
Lipa.
can I say something? And it's not meant to be shady.
It will be,
You
but go
have the
ahead.
you
It's
have the
gonna be,
floor,
I'm sorry in
sister.
advance.
Hold
Um,
on. Wait. Let me brace myself for this. Okay, go.
only one person here needs to brace themselves. Um, Gray Matter looks the most like Mikey Ruby in this picture.
Bitch. What does it even mean?
I'm gonna kill you.
Like to me,
I'm mad because I see it. Fuck you.
like picture, not like on the floor show or anything. I did not clock any of that in the actual show, but when I saw this still picture, I was like, why is this guy Mikey Ruby tease?
I'm only mad because I see it.
Oh,
But yeah, it was
sister, why
giving
did you have to do
nothing.
that?
I'm sorry. Like it spoke to me. I had to speak my mind. I had to speak my truth.
You certainly
You gotta
spoke
do
it.
that. Literally, here we a recreation happening now.
Well, let
But
me
yeah, it was
let me
it was
get
giving
my.
a character. It wasn't giving drag really. But this is more drag.
Stop. I mean, we're not gonna sit here and police drag clearly, but
Oh, oh,
But
no.
I think the Boulets kind of
yeah,
the way they talked about it, it made sense.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be any sort of performance of gender, but what it does need to
yeah,
be is zhuzhed up a little bit and just like brought a little bit more. Because this, while it is drag in the sense that it's this huge costume that they had to put on, it's relatively grounded in reality when I think like they're asking for you to take the reality out of it sometimes.
Yes.
Let it be this big fantasy of whatever it is you're trying to convey.
hmm
right.
Especially with the looks that we've gotten from Gray previously that fit that bill. and they
Yeah,
are like completely transformative.
agreed. And like back to what Max said, you had said that like it looks like The Walking Dead, like the undead, and like it's supposed to be giving Ghost. And I agree with you that it's giving like a zombie,
Yeah.
something like that, but it's not giving Ghost
Especially
really.
with this jaw piece.
Hmm.
For me, unfortunately, Gray, it's a boo.
I'm
Boo.
I am also Icarus for this. This hurts my heart, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie either. It's a boo for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with my boo horrors and say boo.
All right, next to the undead train runway stars, we have choo choo. We have Majesty.
All
I will
right.
say, oh yes, our resident Kiwi.
I do you know when on Drag Race like someone will have like a look and they like do a reveal like immediately? Like
Hmm.
that's what the hat and like big wig like taking that off kind of felt to me. And
Mm,
then this, it's I like the cape train thing. I like the newspaper and I like the magnifying glass. And I don't really care about anything else, to be so real. I was
I
bored.
guess I'm gonna have to be extra real because besides the wig moment, I kind of actually live for this. Like I like this detective more than I liked Auntie's detective. Sorry. I
You
think
can have a
I
different
think
opinion.
I think like the I like that the like beige and the gray tones that she chose, which is a stark contrast from the blues that a lot of people were choosing. And I think this gives like almost like Indiana Jones vibes,
mm-hmm.
and like I just think this is really cool. I like how they used the cape. I'm into, like I said, I think the wig thing was a miss, and they did not need that
Mm.
because the hair that they have on under is a lot more like cool and chic. I really like this like braid with the little bang pieces. I'm into this. I'm sorry.
This, it kind of gives me like a little Lara Croft, a
Oh,
little
a
Lara
little,
Croft-esque
And
to
then
me.
and then she takes off the coat and she's been stabbed in the back 3 times. Work.
literally.
Backstabber.
I'm I'm going to live in my truth. I actually lived for the wig reveal. Like it wasn't astonishing, groundbreaking Roxy Andrews wig reveal. It was a nice touch though. Like it was very nice. Like and it's the same for the details and the nuances of what they did with the newspaper and the magnifying glass. And I agree the choices when it came to the outfit were like concise and correct. Like it doesn't have to be the biggest thing in the world for it to be good. Like I love what they have here and it works. Like they sold me the character, they sold me the performance as they normally do. So this ticks the boxes for me.
And I think for me, like this is more drag than like something like Gray Matters is because of this long flowy coat, because of the like the glasses. Is that like makeup that she has on to like look like glasses?
I thought it was glasses, to be fair.
I thought she just was tired.
Fine.
But whatever it is, like there are these, and even like the newspaper and the oversized magnifying glass, I think that brings it to a drag level while it still remains like a relatively simple and clean outfit.
Hmm. I'm gonna say something I don't think I've ever said. I agree with Mac. This for me, when I was watching, I was like, do I like the look itself? Yeah, like it's fun, but it wasn't really hitting for me. And also, they were like hyping it up a lot. Specifically, the Boulets were like really, really talking it up, and I was like, it didn't stand out to me at all. Like, it wasn't the greatest thing I've ever seen, and it was kind of boring. Like, the palette was very muted. All of it just kind of blended together, and it wasn't giving like spooky ghost either. It was just kind of like very, very plain. That was my impression of it the whole time.
I will agree with that, that it could give a lot more ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I think
So,
maybe if we saw some different tones of like that green and white to make it
mm-hmm.
like kind of closer to translucent, it may have sold it a little better.
And like I think there's a couple of people that more than being a ghost, they went the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it I think there's a disconnect there too.
Right.
Um, any final thoughts but on Majesty?
Boo.
For me,
That's my thoughts.
it's a light. Woo.
Yes, it does give me a
And for me,
do
it's a
do do
very light
do do do.
boo.
Good.
It's like on the fence.
Hmm.
Speaking of fences, next to the stage we have Miss Aurora Gosmic.
Mother.
Now listen.
Yeah.
This is the Aurora Gosmic I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mama, it was a rodeo cowgirl. Getting her tea was expensive as fuck. Didn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Look at
This is
this.
this is like a rich heiress traveling on the train to
Mm-hmm.
to to the opening of her new hotel. Like
Mm-hmm.
like the I love the colors in this. The
Yeah.
colors,
Yeah.
her use of color in this goes so crazy. The whites and the light blues in every piece, and then just the blood red of the jewelry on the neck and the
She was
briefcase.
so smart for that.
Like
So smart for that.
it's this is cunt.
And some like
This is
detail makeup work that I want to also highlight is like you could see like either she got slit in the throat or the chest right here, and there's like purple to accent the blue where there could have been
Mhm.
strangulation marks. Like
Mm.
I think it's,
brilliance.
I don't know why, but the hair and the face gives me like Sabrina Carpenter for some reason.
Mm.
I mean, I
And
think
I
she
love
has been
that.
rocking that kind of do recently, so I see
Yeah.
it.
I love when they rock that Ruby Dooby Doo, you know.
Right.
But no, for me, I love this. Like everything head to toe, I like. There's not one thing that I'm like, actually, no, this is a very well-made look. Aurora's like, oh, I can serve glamour in this. Okay, I'll serve glamour.
Literally.
This is
I mean,
this is what I do. And
like
she did.
no pun intended, she was in her bag this week.
Literally.
Yeah,
Now, to quote my sister Morganta, this is what we mean by a bitch that can back it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
down.
The Belay said, okay, give us the glamour. Aurora was like,
Okay.
a
She's
word,
oh, yo,
a
like
word.
right, right.
She said, yeah, I get to do what I like to do.
I get to do what
Okay.
I like to do.
I I don't know why, but it kind of feels like Aurora was trying to make her way to the haunted hotel to like check in, or maybe she's got like a suite there or a
No, no,
penthouse.
girl, she
And
owns
then,
that hotel, and she
She
was
oh,
owns that
okay.
hotel.
she was on
She's
the
trying,
train to the opening, the grand
She's
opening.
collecting their deposit.
and
Yeah.
then Trade didn't like the session, and they had cut
Cut
her.
her.
Bye.
But you know, she did die.
She owns the
And now
hotel
she's
that
free.
she purchased after winning I don't know how many Grammys from singing at the Grand Ole Opry. Like this is what it's giving me and I love it.
Uh-huh.
Very
Yeah.
the
Like, and that's a real fur. Like, that's a fox, mama.
And you know Scylla punched the screen when they said Aurora is the
I
winner of this challenge.
very
I'm
like
sure that her and Scylla have either reconciled or not reconciled, but anyways.
I don't know tea. I don't know the tea. So
I don't know either, but
maybe we'll see a coming together moment at the reunion, but
Oh,
they'll advertise it as a fight.
oh,
I get
I need to see Scylla at the Last Supper, please.
oh
Girl,
we'll see her.
clearly.
But uh like woo down. Like
Yeah. Woo!
Woo!
1000% woo.
Woo!
oh my God. All right, so next to the stars. Oh, and the eyebrow, living for the eyebrow, is Vivi the Force.
Mama, be serious for 5 seconds, okay?
See, y'all want to talk about like frumpy? Here you go.
Well, yes.
Oh,
Um,
Did
this
we
is
ever go over
so
what
sad.
Vivi was supposed to be giving?
she's giving the same thing that Pie is giving. The victim
Yeah,
Okay,
that was tied to the train tracks and
real.
got bedded by the train.
yeah. It
And
was confusing.
it was girl, and it was messy
Mhm.
and it Miss Vivi, what happened, sister?
See, this is why I don't ever want to do rope play because I might get hit by a train or something and
Oh,
die. Like it's
Who
scary
fucks
as
on
me.
a railroad track? But anyway.
Um,
oh,
yeah,
just me? Okay.
Just-
Max is like, I want to be quirky. Y'all
but
don't
anyway,
do that. Don't do that. Thank you. Oh,
Re-virginizing.
for
bye.
I think for me this look, in the words of Randy Jackson, it's a no from me, dog.
Like, this isn't even a look.
That's
Like,
rude. That's
I'm sorry. Like, this photo even is like, Mama, what are
what
we
And what
doing?
is
I
this random little like big wooden spool that she's got at her feet? What is that?
Good
Um,
question.
I
That's a
think
really good question.
I th what really upsets me is that like I remember seeing the promo and seeing the little interview before the season started, and I was like really excited for Vivi, and I'm like Vivi's gonna like be probably like be fighting and like the looks that they give like the look that they give was really interesting in the promo, and then throughout the season I haven't ever really been super wowed by Vivi.
Hmm.
Um, and this is no exception,
yeah. I'll
unfortunately.
say last week I was very impressed.
Oh, same.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot
last,
what that was.
but
wow, not too
for
much.
her to go from what she brought last week to this
Yeah,
Hmm.
is a crazy dichotomy.
yeah.
And it was like
Mhm.
sad. I was like, damn, BB, like you really flopped, like you fumbled the bag this hard.
Especially when you have
Um,
all of these other competitors that are like making their stamp on the competition. And it seemed like you were about to be one of those competitors, especially by the reaction of everybody else to you being in the bottom to just like drop the ball like that. I was like, God,
I need to make a retraction because the pig barbecue look I actually
Hmm.
really liked, and I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Vivi. I
Put
just
some
had to fact
respect
check
on
really
it.
quickly.
Yeah.
Vivi, the sometimes forgettable, unfortunately. Not much of a force there. Maybe a
Oh,
little gust of, instead of like a force, maybe like a little gust, a little breeze.
VV the shove.
Uh, Hel
Shove is crazy.
Helen was pushed.
Exactly.
Helen
Oh,
was forced.
Helen the Force. Um, I I'm perplexed because I enjoyed her performance. I seeing this in still, it's not my favorite. I would have loved if there was more intricacy within the rope work instead of it being jumbled together like that.
Hmm.
Think she really could have played with that well, considering how creative they all are, but seeing the looks that she's done, even though rope may be like the last material she wants to work with, I think there could have been ways to like interlace it and make it a little more to where it's not all within that like mid to lower section to flatter
Hmm.
her more.
Make it a little more intentional. It didn't feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, very
it
that.
didn't feel intentional. Like none of it felt like, oh, I'm doing this on purpose. It was like, oh, well, yeah, this has to be on me.
Right.
I've escaped from the train track, so I have to have rope. So I'll throw rope on. It's a
I
boo.
will I will say before I give my verdict,
Ooh.
the face card has yet to decline. Um
Well,
oh, she said she have insufficient funds this week.
I was like, I saw the decline screen. It popped up for me.
yeah, I'm
Um,
sorry,
I
not.
still think she looks gorgeous, but
Mama, the
it
makeup was smudged. The
I
makeup was rotted.
I think Vivi has a very like striking face,
she
but
does.
this makeup,
This was not her week,
No.
mess.
No.
Mama.
Boo.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, wait.
it's a boo.
Okay, this is another deep cut. But when I was watching the show,
Okay.
y'all know in, oh my God, what season is that? Season 6
Okay. Oop.
of Drag Race,
Oh, okay. I
when
was
they
about to say,
did the makeover challenge with the grooms
oh
I
no,
know
and
exactly
no,
what you're
no,
saying. I know
don't do
exactly
it.
what
Do not do it. Do not do
and
That's
it.
rude.
Are you talking about Darian Lake's bride?
no,
No,
She's talking
wasn't
about
it
Jocelyn Fox's
Jocelyn
bride.
Joslyn's?
Fox's.
Oh,
Yeah, the one that was given like grandmother
That's a bit
teas.
much. I don't agree with that. I do
It
not agree
on
with
the show
that.
only, not this picture. This picture actually looks really good in the face compared to what we saw on the show, but it gave a little retouch to me.
Oh, a little silk too on Facetune.
Did I mention Boo? I don't know if I got that across.
yeah, boo.
Yeah, speaking of getting things across, next to the stage, we have pie. Quite literally, they put, I feel, oh, they didn't do this intentionally. Like, they didn't put all of the people that had similar ideas side by side, so I think this was just a coincidence. Um, but again, wow, I forgot did not take out Pie's name, but that's fine for it to be there.
Hi.
Pie. But so I normally can remember the order when I'm putting these in. But like I feel like she's giving like ghost hooker
Yeah.
with an ankle strap.
Yeah, and
As you do.
I think what our critique about the rope from Vivi's can really be seen here done in a better way. Like the
Hmm.
intentionality of the rope enhances the look of it all, and I think like while this isn't like my favorite look ever, it's definitely the better of the two tied to the track victims. I think
Yeah.
the broken off piece of the rail was camp. Um, like
That was a nice touch.
This is the first time we've ever seen Pi like really serving like Lamana.
Yes.
Yeah.
She said, if I'm gonna go and live and die and have to live on a train forever, I'm going to be a hooker.
But yeah, she's giving
Exactly.
what I think the disconnect for me is that she's giving like 80s hooker, and I feel like
True.
Hmm.
they were looking for like an old timey like we're looking for like a steam train like a and I don't know the 80s reference of it all was just maybe a little too modern for me, but that's a nitpick. I think
Me.
I think generally this is pretty good.
Yeah, if they were decade specific, I would be on the same boat, but since they didn't, I'm fully at peace with this. Like she is giving Wamana Hooker, gonna go through all the carts and make them like my run of the mill go to. Um, I will say I blame Raven of Drag Race for this. I don't look at an ankle strap the same way anymore. It fits, like it makes sense. I'm not mad at the shoe. It's just ever since I've uh, I've been antiquated to an ankle strap or like a stringy strap, and I'm mad because it's like nothing else goes with it. If they choose like a full ass like heel,
Hmm.
sure, maybe in some cases, but like I don't know why. Like I hate that I don't like an ankle strap anymore. Like because it used to not be an issue. But performance wise, I feel like I put Pie in the same like performance boat as like some of our higher up girlies. Like she knows how to sell a concept. She knows how to give that width of performance. So and give that like overall Pie aspect. So I like this. Like it's a little more unconventional, and she went a different route from everyone. And I think that really paid off for her.
Hmm.
For me, some things that I really, really, really like about this look is the way that they painted their skin, and it's like detailed and it looks like there's
Hmm.
like that ghostly like veins to it. And I'm pretty sure they were explaining in the cult what not the cauldron, but the other room, like the main room.
The lab.
The
Um
lab,
the laboratory,
the
where
laboratory star.
they'll take like different types of blue, but just make sure that it's like always different.
Hmm.
And there might have been for the look itself, but I think it's like a really smart technique to add definition, because I know some of the girls on this pod don't like the Mary Antoinette type of look of like their whole skin is not covered when you're doing that type of thing. Yeah, exactly. And I really like that. I think the placement of the rope is a lot smarter in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's more deliberately placed. I don't know if it's not like perfect to me, but it's a step
Yeah.
up from Vivi's rope placement, in my opinion. Um, what Mikey was saying about the time period, I don't know if they necessarily had to serve that kind of old type of look, but I do think when a lot of people think Ghost Train, they will think of that certain time period. So it is kind of cool to see someone a little more modern. Maybe it wasn't a steam train, but maybe they were on a train and they were steaming the look. So that like maybe that we got that instead.
I don't know if
Um,
you girls are picking up on this, but like the way the ropes are kind of speaking to me like it's an extension of her skirt or can
yeah,
be a
Mhm.
skirt.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that. It's nice.
hmm Um, I think the makeup's cute. The hair is like a little razzle dazzle, little frazzled.
I like
Hmm.
Which is nice. It's nice. Like I don't see anyone with like an updo while they're getting like hit by a train or something. It needs to be messy, and she said, "Let me just put this on," and it's cool. I like this.
Yeah, it was cute. I liked the makeup. I liked that it was a little more of like a sex appeal moment from Pie. I do think it looked a lot better in comparison that there were two, and it was the better one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, and that wig, woo! I know there were mixed reviews, but I was on the side of burn it. Like,
I think it's camp
honey,
and they like to serve camp.
they do, don't they? Uh, they sure do. But the look was cute. I did enjoy the look, and I give it a woo.
Oh my God. I actually will also give it a woo.
Yeah, for
So,
me, it's a woo.
For me, it is also a woo.
Ah, woo.
oh,
Next to
different
the
theme.
Woo pack.
railway stars, we have, as we give Pi her last moments, we have Jaharia. I mean, if no one else is gonna start, I lived for this performance. If we're talking about like out of the box looks, this resonated with me so hard. Growing up in the church, like aside from the whole undead aspect, I get this woman. I've seen
Hmm.
this woman like quite literally, and like the 2 to 3 different wigs that are not even the same color. I live. Um, like the performance was there. The concept is correct. She was literally a church lady and then died. Work, mother.
But
Um,
Why is she on the
why
train,
is she on the
mother?
train? Why is the
What
train?
does she
I
have to do with the
don't
train?
know. Maybe she went to go like to service or something, and then she
She
ended
took
up
the train
She
to
took the
church,
train to
she
mama.
she.
service.
I mean, that's how they got
She's
around in the 50s and
dedicated.
60s. This is giving like 50s, 60s garb. If
Girl,
How
you
they
didn't have a
got
car, you went on the damn
around?
train.
I yeah,
I
I mean,
I resonate with this. I do. Although I will say I can't tell what the other glove is. I will say that the fabric of the glove is a little interesting, but I think she was trying to match with the
with the little
I
ascot.
I assume yeah, that's what I assume. So I mean like it works there, but like in that particular lighting from the still, I don't know. It just makes it shinier than it probably is.
Hmm.
I'm yeah, for me it's like I see the church lady, like she took me there to that fantasy, but what does that have to do with a train?
I
And
Right.
mean, she could have been a passenger on the train and then died.
Yeah,
I
she
like
could.
I guess, but so could anybody. And like I don't know. I think like I I don't hate it. I think like uh, she she's giving like she died in a fire on the train, I guess. It was very safe
I
for me.
could see that because it looks like there's singe marks kind of all over.
Yeah, like I I don't know. I think she probably served down in the performance. I mean, we saw it. Like
Oh,
the
always.
I think safe was correct.
um, I think the actual like clothing is a little boring. I like the little ascot, I guess, to that's cute. Um, I think there are ways to kind of elevate like the church lady type of look. It this just doesn't excite me like as much as I've seen from Jaharia. There's a few looks of Jahari's that I really appreciate. I think the makeup is nice. The burn marks is interesting. Tells a little story of like how they died. Um, the props are cute, but I don't really look at first of all, I don't look at this and I'm like, yeah, yeah, totally like died on a train. Like, yeah, that's definitely like what happened. And then this just doesn't like wow me. I do really like even that clip we just saw before of them like kind of like jumping up and down like with the Bible. I'm like, yeah, that's church lady. Like definitely like performing that. And I think they're a great performer and it kept them out of the bottom two. Spoilers, everyone. But yeah, it's like I'm not wowed by this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to draw some attention to the leg that's
Mm.
sticking out.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I know which one. It's exposing her pantyhose.
Yep.
That's
I died when I saw that because I did like the look. And if you're gonna have a slit and your leg's gonna be showing, that leg better be painted blue. I don't care.
Like, sorry, Diva.
That's
I can't
I'm
argue with
sticking
that.
true on it.
I
If
can't
your
definitely not
skin is gonna
argue.
be exposed anywhere, you have gloves on to cover your hands because you didn't want to paint them. So
Block her.
you should have you
Block
should
her
have not had a
tea.
slit.
And I'm sorry, okay, I'm gonna bring this back, not because this is in defense of Jaharia, because it's not. If we're gonna clock Jaharia for the pantyhose, we did not speak on how Vivi's armpit was entirely her skin tone
Well,
originally.
we talked about the other reasons that Vivi's outfit was bad, though.
Yeah,
So,
I was like, I
Fair,
think I think all of this was implied. I mean, I literally compared her to like
you
Jocelyn
did.
Fox's.
I mean, in part, I think the reason we probably skipped that was due to the fact that, like, if you're on if you're on the train, especially with how dark the setting was, she got away with it.
Hmm.
but like everything else was so not good that I frankly didn't even notice.
Oh, Vivi didn't get away with it. They clocked, and they said your whole back was fucked up.
I,
So
I forgot about that.
yeah, they clocked that. Jaharia, yeah, I also grown up Southern Baptist baby. Let's go.
Ah.
Definitely got the church lady. I was like, okay, yes, like she's giving her testimony. She's jumping up and down. I feel the spirit is here with us, and we are spirits as well.
I
Um,
felt while watching her, I felt that story coming out of
hmm,
like that what she's not the mother, but she's like the deacon,
hmm.
very that
She sits on the front pew, like,
it sure does. Or if
hmm,
not the third row.
yeah.
In the words of Angela Johnson, to be like, you want to pray, like how they use a prayer circle as a chismosa time, and be like, you want to pray for her because she's pregnant. Let's pray. Like,
Bye.
not
Yeah.
everyone does that, mind you. I'm gonna be modest, but but no, like it gave me that vibe. Like, if we wanted more, like, I guess not Hote, but like if we wanted more grandeur, she could have gone for like the church mother, because then they had like the excessive hats and same structure of the suit, but probably a little more, like
I wish she had like a bigger like church lady hat. Like
Hmm.
I
that would have been so fun.
again a little
Yeah.
nitpick, but
I love
what
how
is
the only thing that's giving train is like, I have my carry-on bag.
yeah the carry on.
I mean, people, depending on what time period she wants to go through, people were kind of modest with their stuff. Kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm stretching on that.
But
But
for me, all in all, unfortunately, Miss Jaharia, it's a very light one, but it's a boo.
I
uh,
wish this was elevated slightly more. Just like a little things to tweak. So I will be giving this a light boo.
I'm gonna stand on my 10 toes on this. I will give it a light one, but it's a light woo. It's still there for me.
So before looking at the picture or anything, I was like a very light woo, and that was mostly the performance, honestly. The look itself was already on the fence. And then I saw the dreaded patch of leg. And so therefore it's a boo.
Speaking of all legs, no dairy, next to the train runway stage, we have Yuri. And I would like our resident Kiwi to go first.
I, after last week, I was a little worried. I'm like, I don't know if Yuri's gonna last that much longer in this competition. And mind you, they still might not last that long. But when I saw this, and especially like around the eyes, I don't know why, but they were so cunty. And I saw this and I was kind of obsessed. I think I like that the hair is it's gla it's glamorous, but it's still like I'm dead, so it's a little frazzled. I haven't had time to, touch up that. The
But
hands
it's
are
a fashion.
cute, in my opinion. Ooey.
Oui.
Um, the this like little gown moment is like really pretty. I like that it's distressed on the bottom. It's not like all like tattered, but just like the little ombre effect. Like, no, I really like this. The makeup is so Yuri knows how to do the makeup, and this is no exception. So I was genuinely very happy to see this look personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I'll speak on what I like about this first. What I
Oh no.
what I like, and what I
Shit.
think Yuri did more successfully than a lot of people is give Ghost. I think this really gives Ghost to me, but I don't know. I guess again where I kind of lost it is the train of it all. I think
Mm-hmm.
she looks great. I think she looks rich. She looks like the the ghost of a wonderful rich lady. Um and like I think she looks fucking gorgeous. I just don't was the blindfold supposed to be that she was also like the victim that got tied to the tracks or like what? I don't know. But I think like this I think especially for Yuri is a good thing to present right now. I think it's really clean. It's really beautiful. It is so ghostly, but I don't know. It missed the train for me.
Real. Who was it in the episode that said that they weren't really featuring the look?
I forget.
Same.
Somebody clocked. Um,
It might have been Auntie.
I think it was.
It could have been.
That's who came up in my mind. Um, but I had the same thoughts, honestly. When I was watching it, I was like, the performance was like fine. And then the look itself was like very like the gown, mama, the gown, everything.
Right. Like
However,
totally right.
as a look and like concept, I was like, okay, this is fine too. And then they were like, you ate. This is amazing. And I was like,
And it is.
oh, okay.
But
It
she's
was like good for
beautiful.
you so far,
Not not that, but
but
she's beautiful.
literally,
It was really good like comparatively. And
yeah, to
I,
like what you presented so far.
I just I absolutely would have put Yuri safe.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put Yuri in the top. Just been
And
safe.
I think Yuri was probably more in the top because they wanted to critique her on like a job better done.
Yeah,
But like I don't know, this wasn't a top for me.
but it
I
wasn't
will
like a bottom either. It was like
Oh yeah,
middle.
like nowhere near the bottom.
Yeah.
I will say I am psychic because I called this. This is exactly what I was starting to ask Yuri to literally be like, high whore, glamour drag. Like, are we high whore? We're getting there.
Hi ho.
High whore. But like glamour down. The performance notes she took down. Like this is the Yuri I signed up for. Like I want to see looks like this on a consistent basis. Does she have to get glamour all the time? No, and I think she's been able to give us that a range and array of looks. I appreciate that. But like I love things like this. Like I know it's not like dead on to like train, but it gives me like and I feel like I'm filling in a lot of the stories for these concepts, but this is what it's giving me like very like near like the end of the Victorian era style garb, and maybe she died because these are the new trains that were starting to be made and she was faulty. Like I don't know. Like it,
I love how you're like when you first say you're like gonna fill in the story a little bit, I'm like, oh, she's gonna like give a little spin, and then you like go into it's the end of the
I
Victorian era, and
literally
and
no,
she's
like
getting
quite literally,
the
I'm
trains
very
just started being
meticulous.
made.
Like I don't know, like quite literally, that's just how quickly my like details start to go in a dime. But
True.
like I I'm here for this. I'm into this. Would I like the envelope to continue to be pushed? Because
Mhm.
Yuri's very much that special type of spirit that like once you get a certain thing out of her, it's like, okay, like we have arrived. She arrived here. I want her to break necks from here on out. But I really enjoy this look.
Yeah, I'll give it a soft woo still.
I am giving this a regular woo.
Just regular. Not
It's not
so much
soft.
support
It's not
for
soft,
choosing.
and it's not an extreme. It's a woo,
I give it a woo.
And nothing for Mikey Ruby. Bye.
except for Mikey.
I think Mikey would say, boo, hate this. Gross.
We will pivot back to Miss Rubiana because I definitely want to hear from her.
Hmm.
But does the
But
audience?
and does. Speaking of glamour, next onto the stage of the ghost runway. Oh, that's it actually. Oh, and I was gonna gag you.
Oh,
Um, but quite literally I have our trajectory here.
Oh,
oh.
So it goes without saying. Oh, the before we get into the actual trajectory and who wins and all that good lollygags, the performance half. What were some highlights for us? Who did we feel were the most cohesive throughout the actual performance?
I feel like there was only one group that was cohesive, in my opinion. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, you do realize this is like a somewhat team challenge because you had to pick who's going to be in your group. So at
Right.
least come up with something,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Hmm.
You don't
That's
have to
what kind
start.
of gagged me at the end of the day. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Like, so this is the best group, but okay. Work, I guess.
I think they won by default in terms of the groups, in my opinion.
Now, if this was being judged, actually, did the winning ghoul also end up in the top with their group?
I could not tell you to be so real. Who?
No, right?
No,
Aurora wasn't a part of the like anti group.
no. Aurora was with.
Asia and Vivi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Okay,
definitely not.
that makes my next question obsolete. Um, so they were judged individually,
Hmm.
and The winner of the challenge was Aurora Gosmic.
Yeah.
Very correct to me.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
well deserved.
If we're judging individually, I was like, yeah,
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that
for sure.
yeah, that was correct. Uh, with that, well, for safe, we had Asia, Jaharia, and Majesty, which means and the other girls that were also on the top were Yuri, Pi, and Anti-Heroine, which leads us to our bottom two. Two have two heavy hitters for me.
Yeah.
Gray Matter and Vivi landed in the extermination bottom two.
The ghouls were gagged.
I was gagged. I was like, oh no 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 no, please no God no, because one for my draft, no matter what, Lord forbid, I'm gonna take a hit. I'm so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I was like half gagged. Like one of them gagged me.
Do we feel the bottom two is correct though?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And I was kind of gagged that they did it. But I should know to expect that from the relays at this point. Like they are usually pretty fair
Oh, and R.
and
They're
don't like just
afraid
give
to gag.
out free handouts for anything. Like,
Yeah.
All right, so we get to the extermination challenge, which is that these two ghouls have to hold on to chicken wire while getting electrocuted longer than their competitor that is standing
mama.
right like 6 feet away from them on the other side. They just love electrocution, don't they? First,
Hmm.
we had the lasers last season. We had the operation style table in season three while they had like a dog collar onto them.
Hmm.
The infamous quote, why can't can I just lip sync
Oh
for
yeah,
my
can I just
life
lip sync for my
instead?
life?
Can I be real? I'm like waiting for another lip sync for your life like they did last season. Like
I'm
that
sure
was
it'll come up in
fun.
the monsters of
Yeah.
rock.
That was fun. That was a good
Mhm.
like think quick on your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
I
they'll do that again with the Monsters of Rock and do like the two-parter.
I would
Hmm.
love if they kept that tradition. That would be fun.
Hmm.
I don't think they'll make it a two-parter though, because we have 12 ghouls, unless they want to
Yeah,
make another double feature, then
yeah.
maybe. Because like I'm even still a little perplexed on how many people are going to be left once episode 10 hits.
Hmm.
Because there's only 10 episodes ordered, so
Well,
um watching them, I was in pain with them being in the extermination to begin with. I was in
hmm.
pain feeling goosebumps as they get electrocuted, knowing dang well that neither one of them want to give up. And they're literally over there being fried like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Just,
Yeah.
True.
I will say that this is one of the first eliminations this season where I was like, okay, I think I
Yeah,
could.
I could do this one. I literally was thinking that in my
oh,
head,
no
like I could do this
sharks?
one. Finally, no,
Ah,
No. Mm-mm.
no,
No
man.
sharks. No noodles.
those look like
No
nurse
jumping out of a
sharks, mama.
plane. Getting electrocuted, girl. I used to lick batteries. I'll be fine.
Oh, weirdo alert.
Huh?
What?
Let's back.
Y'all never licked a 9 volt battery?
Y'all no, but I certainly
No.
tasted aluminum.
Well,
Y'all didn't have y'all's teachers do that for some random reason?
no.
No, ma'am.
I
No,
didn't
my
know.
listen tangent, but my seventh grade science teacher was like, okay, if y'all got a key, okay, lick your key. If it tastes weird or tastes funny, you could taste aluminum, and that's how I found out.
I don't know if that's like
It's not a skill, it's
a
just
very
really fucking
that's like
random.
kind of fucked up.
I wasn't thinking that that was a skill.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
certainly
I'm
wasn't. It was just something that I never knew I had.
sorry.
Ugh.
Um, yeah, I
If I didn't know
never
I had aluminum with me the whole time. Maybe the aluminum was the friends we made along the way.
Ah,
exactly.
dang, my plans were aluminum foiled. Um,
Sorry.
Bitch.
Oh my
um,
God.
but Okay, this is the good part. This is where we get into all the juicy tea that we've been wanting to talk about since the beginning of the episode.
Okay,
Um,
wait. One last thing on the
okay,
elimination itself.
okay.
The extermination. So I think one thing that I would alter about this to make it a little more, I don't know, like riveting
Engaging.
or like mind bending for the contestant would
Mhm.
have them go separately. And so you don't know how long they held on.
Mm,
Oh yeah, kind of like what they did with the birth simulation challenge.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
would have been
Yeah.
nice.
Just be like, you know what? Keep holding on because you don't know. They could have been here 3 hours. You don't
Right.
know.
To be
So
so real, I don't think they wanted to stay out there any longer than they had to.
They
they
said
said, we only rented this electric ball for an hour.
No,
So
literally, they were like, we drove up there. It was an all day thing. I'm sure they wanted to be like, okay, girls, 2 for 1.
I said, we don't have clearance to be here.
We
This
don't
is,
have.
we broke in.
we snuck in, mama. Time's
So y'all
ticking.
better,
Oh my
somebody better
God.
drop. Majesty, get in here.
Bye. We'll get into
Anyway,
that. So we go to see who's exterminated, and she's giving skeleton. We don't know. It's
It
a
was the
it's a
plastic
cliffhanger.
skulls they had in the cauldron or whatever.
Cindy, this is skin and bones.
Cindy, this is Bones.
No, Cindy, this is
Oh,
Bones.
Oh,
Um,
getting the reference wrong. My bad.
mind you, I was pissed, confuddled, conflamed, all the things. I was like, what the
no.
fuck is going on?
I hate a cliffhanger. I hate it.
I hate it because I'm impatient. I'm
Me
so
too.
impatient.
And
I
like
will wait,
I'm expecting a result and then I don't get it.
which, oh God. And because it's two people I really, really like and want to see get to the end, I'm like chomping at the bit to be like, okay, who is it? 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 Um, but before we get into the rumor mill, I kind of want to go into the trajectory here. So
Ooh,
Aurora has now joined our winners club with Auntie and Asia. Asia with 2 wins, Aurora with a win, and Auntie with a win. Um, Pi and Jaharia have yet to score, but they have also not fallen below. Yuri has fallen once,
Yeah.
which is okay. It's fine. And then the reason I put these three together is what we'll start to delve into, because
Hmm.
we have our dearly departed down under, down under. Sorry. Um, but then we
Hmm.
also have Vivi, Gray, and Majesty all next to each other because there have been some rumors going around that Majesty voluntarily leaves the competition.
yeah.
If that is the
Spooky.
case, girl,
That's a little upsetting, to be so real.
like am I happy if Vivi and Gray both stay? Yeah, I suppose,
No.
but like I hate when, especially someone like Majesty, who you're coming back on your second chance. You you should want to be here, and if you don't, you should know that before you get here.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know,
It,
call me a little optimistic and sensitive here, but
With
considering,
congeniality. We been new.
listen, y'all called me the Paula Abdul of drag for a reason. Um, and I think it's because I see this a little more devil's advocate-ish. Um, considering what we've been let known via the edit, depending on what the reason is, I'm sure that if this is the case, if they continue to go in the state that they're in, we'll probably get a lot uglier, not only of an edit, but like of an experience for Majesty when that's not fitting the purpose of why they wanted to come back.
Hmm.
Hmm.
and
So,
I do think that's fair, but I also think that like especially someone like Majesty should know what this competition specifically entails. And like, if you know you're in a really vulnerable emotional position right now, maybe it's not the time. And maybe say, hey, like I'm excited to come back when I'm ready, but I'm not ready right now because of everything that just happened to me.
Yeah.
Um,
So
No,
it's
I
I
just
stand with
it's
that.
just a shame, like
yeah,
because I don't want Majesty to leave. Obviously, I want them to be in a good mental position, but like
yeah.
I would have rather not have them this season, had them next season for the entire time that they're able to stay in the competition, and
Mm.
for it to be different because like I hate to see someone like Majesty just quit.
Yeah.
I agree. I think then Majesty, when accepting the call, was certainly not the same Majesty that stepped in. And I think we also kind of can liken it, although very drastic and less multiples of things happened to this individual. But Melissa, when she went on Titans, quite
Hmm.
literally had her husband leave her right before, like a week before. I'm sure she couldn't have pulled out like that right at the last minute like that. And there were a lot of factors with her competitors and not necessarily the competition as to why she left. But I think if we're equal, although I agree, and I'm Melissa, probably if she could, probably would have been like, yeah, no, girl, I'm not here. Um, and I think we will in time as well. We'll give her the same grace as we will hopefully be giving Majesty to where like girl, we get it. It just we wish things were different for you.
Yeah.
Very that.
But we shall see. Maybe it didn't happen, and maybe that's just somebody's bones.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Uh, uh, we won't lighten things up, but we'll spice them a little bit. Um, there's also a there's also a rumor running around again with Majesty in regard to why we don't see that particular clip. It's because apparently there was a light physical altercation that came with that, like not like dot 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 throw hands dot dot, but like to where things got a little physical and they were like, yeah, no, okay, we're gonna leave this alone. Y'all
Right.
go cool down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Damn.
quite literally, I was like, what the fuck? Oh, and it was mentioned by Zava
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, work.
because I went through the Reddits and the subreddits, and that's what I ended up finding. Um, to where I was like, okay, let me go see, let me go peep. Apparently this was either told by an inside source or directly from somebody. I think the jury's still out on it, but there there was a physical altercation that Desiree is quite literally the sweetest person that like is very passionate about how she feels when it comes to her drag and her emotions in general, which I can resonate with.
Right.
Speak your truth. I know that sound.
Um, my whole thing with this whole debacle
Hmm.
is why are we spreading hearsay that is neither no, just kidding. Um,
Why?
um, but it is like I just kind of want the truth
Yeah.
now.
Mm.
Like I'm
yeah.
over the waiting around and I said this off camera before. Like I wish we would have just seen Majesty hanging there. Well, you don't got to be hanging. I don't know why I said that, but like clawing onto the electric. Like Majesty should have been sitting there fried.
Mm-hmm.
So because then you could have had all of this. discussion and like it could have been addressed in like exit press. It wouldn't have had to be touched on super heavily. And it wouldn't have been this like spiral now of like claims that can't be corroborated just yet. So
Mhm.
now there's all of this like animosity swirling around. I feel like it would have been different the other way.
I resonate with that. I get that. Um, I know off camera I was very much like, well, girl, like let's give her her moment to like not be bombarded by a whole bunch of the same damn question if we're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I understand ripping off the Band-Aid, but like that's a very sensitive subject, especially it's not just about Majesty going home. It's under the pretenses of why they went home if they went home this way. But like I can definitely see both sides of the coin to it.
Mhm.
Uh, so before we close out here, I would love to know what my sisters would have done for this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Like what would we have given?
Okay. I thought of a little campy idea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, does anyone know the show Chuggington?
Yeah.
Has anyone heard of Chuggington before? Because I was thinking of being like a literal train and going with like a spooky version of the character old Puffer Pete, who's like an old man type
Mm-hmm.
character. And I think he kind of looks like he was born in the 20s or 30s, which would fit that kind of period. And
Mm-hmm.
I would have had like, do you know how Thomas the Tank Engine, like the face is like
Yeah, it's
at the
full
front?
front. Yeah.
I would have had like rows of teeth and looked really spooky. I know that the amazing YouTuber Meat Canyon has done a like Thomas the Tank Engine
Mm-hmm.
type look, or like they've like animated that and it looks like really spooky. I would have done something like that. Just like be like a little fucking train, like go full creature or
Mm-hmm.
something. Like very like do you know when you look at the Teletubbies and you might be like, ooh, that's actually really creepy? Like that
Mm-hmm.
kind of vibe.
I think I would have wanted to be like the conductor of a train that got hijacked or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like the busted up dead conductor with like a huge campy conductor's hat, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something like that.
I had two different ideas. One of them is like so very unserious, so I'll save that for last. The first one is to be like the person who's tending the bar cart. Like you're the bartender and you have like a bunch of
Mm,
drinks and like that felt obvious. I was wondering why nobody did something like that. Or like somebody that's rolling out a concession stand. Like you're
Hmm.
rolling down the train, like anything from the trolley days. Like
we'll
very
take the lot.
that. Or exactly. Or even like the person that comes by and is like clipping the tickets, like tickets,
Oh
please. Like
yeah.
where was that? I was missing this
Yeah,
train vibe.
I think there were so many like train references
Hmm.
that people could have made that maybe felt like too basic, so people didn't want to go for them. But
Right.
then it was too, no pun intended, off the rails. Like
And then
See.
the unserious one is giving like the little kids from Polar Express in my pajamas and like my fucking
bye.
That's crazy.
Okay, but like Frozen Ghost on the Polar Express, come on.
exactly like we
Literally.
died, we're actually dead
Wait,
kids.
quite literally the ghost that's on the Polar Express though.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Um, so I have two ideas. Mikey stole my initial idea. I would have loved to have been the conductor. Literally no one that we saw on the runway was giving like the leader of the ring pin, like
Hmm.
giving the yeah, y'all may be dead, but I know why y'all did. Um I also in the similar sense, not with the kids of the Polar Express, but you know how they have that room of lost toys.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally a spirit that's inhabited the body of one of those like lost toys to become a animate object. Would have
Right.
been so nice.
And I
Hmm.
feel like nobody did like a train robber either. Like
I think the closest thing we got was like Gray, but that
gray
didn't
matter, yeah, but
like
like that wasn't giving
it was
that
giving like
either.
cowboy more than it was giving
Yeah.
train robber.
Yeah.
And with your conductor thing, like you could have been tied up with rope and like been gagged and
Yeah.
like fully ah, there are so many concepts that nobody did. Oh, this was disappointing.
I would have ate out the performance. Like I literally would be like have this giant like kind of train look and I'd literally like vape and like it and blow out from the little thing to be like, ooh, smoke's coming out. Or
And I'd have my vape.
if I couldn't bring that, then I would have like blood like squirt out and it would look kind of like a humpback whale instead of like steam. It's like just blood. Very like if you've seen the first like Nightmare on Elm Street, um that one character. Oh,
Everyone.
Johnny Depp when he gets
Yeah.
sucked into the bed and then whoosh, like very that. Like mama,
Would
I
have
want to
that
serve
much
camp in
blood too.
horror. Yeah, just a little. I don't know how I'll do it, but
All right, girlies, it is that time again where we must bid everyone adieu. We have a lot to think about. Monday can't come any quicker. But for everyone that is tuned in, thank you for watching. Again, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, join in on the conversation. We want all the conversation and debate to be had, whether you did or didn't like these looks. Let us know. We love hearing what y'all got to say. But until then, pleasant dreams, uglies.